Right, welcome back to another game of On-Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp, and I am the designer of On-Base Baseball. In this game, we're going to continue our 2022 Braves replay. This game was played last night, April 26th, 2022. And this is the Chicago Cubs coming into Truist Park in Atlanta, playing the Braves. Let's get into the starting lineups. I'm using the 2022 roster sheets, by the way, so I'm updating these and uploading them to the Facebook group for On Base Baseball, which I'll put a link to that group in the description. And so you can join the group, and you can also play along if you want to with any teams. I'm doing full roster sheets, everyone that got into a game so far, and just to let you know, you can see here the if you're familiar with on-base baseball, the numbers are kind of low here for the batting runs because batting runs are a cumulative stat. Speed is not a cumulative stat, so you still have guys who are, like Nico or Swanson is a 6 and Nico Horner is a 7. So you have fast guys being fast all the time. But for the batting ratings, batting runs, that's actually an accumulated stat. So the more you play, the higher the possibility to go with that. So even though Matt Olson and Suzuki have been lights out, they're still only batting in this third column because the season is so young. But as the season progresses, they will begin to move. Players will move up and down columns, and eventually at the end of the season, they'll be in their appropriate columns. So that just happens over time. Okay, let's go through the starting lineups for the Cubs. It's Hermosillo in center field, Suzuki in right, Patrick Wisdom at third, Contreras catching, Schwindel at first. Gomes is the DH, hitting sixth. Nick Madrigal at second, Ian Happ in left, and Nico Horner at short. Pitching for the Cubs is going to be Marcus Stroman. And for the Braves, it'll be Albies at second, Olson at first, Riley at third, Ozuna in left. That's become a pretty standard 1-2-3 for them. Darno is catching and hitting fifth. Alex Dickerson, again, steps in as the DH in this game. Adam Duvall back on the lineup. He was not in the lineup in our last game that we played. And he'll be playing center field. Travis Demeritte, who had a good game last night, hit a home run. And he's been playing well since filling in for Rosario. So Demeritte will be in right. And Dansby Swanson playing shortstop. Pitching for the Braves is going to be Max Fried, a 246. Sierra, 24 batters faced is his stamina. For Stroman, a 364. So Stroman will be pitching out of this column here, and Fried will be pitching out of the first column for the pitchers. All right, I think we're ready to get this one started. This is the Cubs at the Braves, 2022, played on April 26th, 2022. So first up for the Cubs against Fried is going to be Hermosillo, Suzuki, and Wisdom. So a 1-5 to Hermosillo, who's a 1. That's going to be a single. So a leadoff knock for the Cubs. Now, he doesn't have very good speed. It's just a 1 on the base paths, so I'm not going to steal or anything there. Suzuki, it's a 1-3 to Suzuki. Excuse me. 1-3 to Suzuki, who is a 9. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman, we assume. The fielder's choice. I always like to assume the out at second, and then we'll roll against Suzuki's run number. It's a 3. Our roll is a 1, so that means he beat it out. So anything 1 to 3 is going to be safe at first. Anything greater than 3 would be out at first. So that's going to be a 4-6 on the putout. And runner at first now with 1 out in the inning. Brings up Patrick Wisdom, third baseman. There's a 4-5. 4-5 to a 2 is going to be a fly out to straightaway left. and Ozuna puts that away for out number 2, and we go to Contreras, the 4-hole hitter for the Cubs in this game. There's a 5-6 and a 5-6. It comes off of Max Fried, and that's going to be a strikeout looking. So 3rd out of the inning, as the Cubs get one on, but they can't get them around, and so no runs on 1 hit. 1 left on for the Cubs in the top of the 1st. We go to the bottom of the 1st. It's going to be Albies, Olson, and Riley against Marcus Stroman. Stroman again pitching out of the 2nd column here. That's a 3-4 and a 3-4 to a 4. That's going to be a leadoff double for Ozzy Albies. He reaches out and pulls it down the right field line for 2 bags, goes in standing up, and Matt Olson with an RBI opportunity here in the 1st inning. There's a 1-4 to Olson. He is an 8, so that's going to be here with a hit by pitch or a walk, and it's a walk. So trouble brewing for the Cubs already in the 1st. Runners at 1st and 2nd, nobody out, and Riley to the plate. There's a 5-6. There's no, can't really see it from where I'm sitting very well. There we go, that's a little better. Make sure we can see everything on the camera here. Things are shifting around a little. Okay, so a 5-6 to Riley is going to be a strikeout anyway. He is a 6 batting runs, but that's going to be a strikeout. So all my machinations for nothing. So out number 1 brings up Marcell Ozuna. It's a 3-5 to a 3. He is going to be another strikeout. So Stroman gets 2 in a row. The Braves are prone to the strikeout, but Stroman is not exactly a strikeout pitcher for the most part. Here's a 2-6 to Travis d'Arnaud. He is going to be a ground out to the shortstop, and so the Braves get 2 on with nobody out and can't do anything to bring them around to score. So we go into the top of the 2nd inning, still tied at 0. This is the Cubs at the Braves. There's a 3-5 to a 0. 3-5 to a 0 is going to be a K, and that's another strikeout looking for Fried. He's got his curveball working tonight, dropping it on him. There's a 5-6, another strikeout off of the pitcher column. See here, that's a strikeout there. So your top level pitchers in this 1st column generally have higher strikeouts and fewer walks. So you'll see, where is it? It's this one here. So generally your better players are going to get walks against, on a 56, but for the better pitchers, that's where they decrease their walks and increase their strikeouts. So just a little inside info. This is a 2-4. That's going to be another strikeout. Another one looking, and Fried strikes out the side, and that's going to be all she wrote for the Cubs in the 2nd inning. So 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for the Cubs in the 2nd. Here's a 5-6. 5-6 to Dickerson, who is -2, also going to be a strikeout. So everybody's got the strikeout pitch working. Duvall is next. There's a 4-5 to Duvall. He is going to be a fly out to straightaway left. Left fielder Happ makes the play there. There's a 1-4 to Demerit, and that's going to be a walk as he takes a walk down to 1st. So the Braves have 1 on with 2 outs, and Dansby Swanson to the plate. There's a 4-6 to a -3. Is going to be a double play or a strikeout, and in this instance with 2 outs, going to take the K. So the Braves go down. They do get a runner on with the walk, but they can't get him over or in, and we head to the top of the 3rd. Still no score between the Cubs and the Braves. Here's Ian Happ, Horner, and then back to the top of the order with Hermosillo. So 1-5 to a 4 Happ is a 4 batting run. So 1-5, 2 of 4 is going to be a single. So Ian Happ. Solid single to left field. There's a 1-5, same result. He's a 2, 2 and a 4, basically coming out of the same column. So Nico Horner hits one on the ground to the right side, just sneaks it through. And he's a 1 speed, so he's not going anywhere. So station to station a little bit with Happ. But 2 on and nobody out for the Cubs. We go back to the top of the order with Hermosillo. Hermosillo singled his at last at bat. There's a 1-4. A 1-4 is going to be a walk, and so that's going to load the bases in big trouble here for Maxwell Fried. And bases loaded with the dangerous Suzuki at the plate. Here's a 4-5. 4-5 to a 9 is going to be a fly out to right field. So I'm going to say F9 on that. Happ is at third. His speed is a 1. I'm not going to chance that with the sacrifice. If it were Horner, would definitely be sending him. So 1 down and bases loaded. Here's a 3-5. 3-5 to 2 is going to be a big, big strikeout for Max Fried as he gets wisdom looking. And that's a tough out for the inning, but let's see what Contreras has. There's a 2-6. 2-6 to a 2 is going to be a ground out, and Maxwell Fried gets out of it with the grounder to second base. So Albies over to Olson, and bases loaded, nobody out, and the Cubs can't get anyone home in that inning. Could be a tough inning for the Cubs, one that they look back on with regret. Go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Braves are going to have the top of the order up. Albies, Olson, and Riley. Here's a 3-5. 3-5 to a 4 is going to be a K. So Stroman gets a strikeout to lead off the 3rd inning. 1 down. It's going to be Matt Olson to the plate. A 1-3. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. And Stroman starting the game well. There's a 5-6. 5-6 to Riley is going to be another strikeout. So Stroman's got it working tonight too. And the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 3rd. Still tied to 0 as we go to the top of the 4th. Good pitching matchup here. That's a fly out to right center field. And the right fielder Demerit ranges over and makes the play. And the next batter up is Gomes. Gomes is a 0 batting run, so perfectly average is Gomes. He's DHing. He struck out in his last at bat. And a 4-6. That's going to be strikeout number 2 for Yan Gomes. He used to play for Washington. Gomes did. He was on their championship team. Here's Madrigal. Madrigal's a -2. A 1-6 is always going to be a fly out. So it's going to be a fly out down the line in left. Ozuna speeds over and at the line makes the catch. And Cubs go down 1-2-3, so Max Fried beginning to roll, as well as Stroman. Bottom of the 4th inning, it is Ozuna, d'Arnaud, and Alex Dickerson. There's a 3. Ozuna is a 3, and a 5-5 to a 3 is going to be a line out or a foul out if it's a 6 or greater. So it's not a 6. This will be a line out right back to the pitcher. For out number 1, so Stroman with the cat-like reflexes gets his glove up in time. d'Arnaud up now. He grounded out to short his last time up. In this at-bat, he's going to be hit by pitch, though. So it's a 1-4. A 1-4 against d'Arnaud, who is a 2, is here. And it's a hit by pitch or a walk-2. So walk-2 means anything 2 and greater. That's the result. Same thing, anything a triple, 8 or 9 is going to be a triple, else it's going to be a double. So here, hit by pitch on a 1, and we got a 1. So d'Arnaud gets plunked. So that one gets away from Stroman, who has been doing pretty well here in the game actually so far. It's got a good Sierra 364 and it's pitched well for the Cubs, one of their main acquisitions this year. Alex Dickerson, who has hit the ball hard almost every game and has so few hits to show for it. He's a -2. That's going to be a 2-6. 2-6 to a -2 is going to be a ground out right back to the pitcher. We're going to assume the out at second because that's what I'll do. And then we'll roll against his 1. Odds of rolling 2 1s in a row were very small. So we're going to go 1 to 6 to 3. Well, it's a terrible looking 6. 1 6 3 on the double play. That's going to be an inning double play. And so the Braves go down in the bottom of the 4th, still tied. No runs for either team. Let's see, nobody's really getting very close to their batters faced yet, their stamina. And it's going to be Happ, Horner, and Hermosillo. And these innings have really been parallels of one another, you can see. It's kind of eerie. So Happ is a 4. This is going to be a 2-6. 2-6 to a 4 is a ground out to the second baseman. Albies over to Olson, and that's out number 1. Here's a 2-3 to a 2. 2-3 to a 2 is a ground out, but that's going to be a ground out with a plus. And so the plus means we need to do an error check. That's going to be on Swanson. Swanson is a plus fielder, so even though that's a 2, there is no error. He can only make an error if there's a 1 here. So Swanson, with a tough play, beats him by half a step, and Horner quick down the line. Hermosillo walked his last at bat. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, so productive at the top of the order. But here's a 2-6. 2-6 can be a ground out to Swanson, and Swanson up to the task again as he makes 2 of the outs in the inning. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Go the Cubs in the top of the 5th, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's going to be the bottom of the order for the Braves: Duvall, Demerit, and Dansby Swanson. Duvall playing center field in this game against Marcus Stroman. Duvall hits it to right center field. It's a deep fly ball, but it is playable. Park holds it, and the right fielder, who is playing right, Suzuki, he gets there and makes the play. Demerit is up next. He is 0 for 0 with a walk, and here's a 1-1 to a 0, and that's going to be, that's actually going to be a strikeout off of the pitcher card. So Stroman is still pitching out of this second column here. He hasn't reached his stamina yet, so that's going to be a K. And he gets Demerit swinging and brings up Dansby Swanson. Swanson struck out his last at bat, but this time he's going to fly out down the left field line, and hustling over to the line is Ian Happ, and he has enough room to make the play, and that's going to be 3 up, 3 down for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th inning. So we go to the top of the 6th. Good pitching duel here against Fried and Stroman. No score as we go to the top of the 6th. Let's see who can break through first. It's going to be Suzuki, Wisdom, and Contreras. So this is going to be the middle of the lineup for the Cubs. 3-5 to a 9. 3-5 to a 9. That's going to be another strikeout for Fried as he gets Suzuki looking. And Patrick Wisdom up next. He is flied out and struck out 0 for 2 in the game. Here's a 1-5 to a 2. 1-5 to a 2 is going to be a base knock. So Wisdom gets his first hit of the game. His speed is only a 3. Not going to really chance it with running anywhere. Here's a 4-5 to a 2. A 4-5 to a 2 is going to be a fly out down the left field line. Ozuna is there for the second out of the inning. No base runner advancement. And it's up to Schwindel, first baseman. There's a 3-3. This could be real trouble. And a 3-3. Fried leaves one over the middle of the plate, and Schwindel takes care of it. A 2-run home run by Frank Schwindel, and that gives the Cubs the 2-0 lead as he drives in Patrick Wisdom from first on the long ball. So the Cubs break through first and take a 2-0 lead in the top of the 6th inning off of Maxwell Fried. He's at 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, so he's almost to his stamina, and we'll see how he goes after this. Again, once he reaches his stamina, he comes out to the next inning, he drops down a column. That's how I typically play stamina. I don't just automatically pull him. Here is Jan Gomes. 2 down in the inning, 2 already in for the Cubs, and here's a 0, so 2-3 to a 0 is going to be a ground out with an error check, so that's to Riley. Riley makes the play, tosses it over to first for the easy out at first, but the Cubs do take the 2-0 lead with the 2-run bomb from Frank Schwindel, the first baseman for the Cubs. So Stroman goes into the bottom of the 6th inning with a 2-0 lead, and he'll be facing the top of the order for the Braves: Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley. Excuse me. And Albies 1 for 2 with a double, and he's going to be 2 for 3 after this. So 2-2. Stroman is still, he's at 18, so he's still pitching out of the second column, and that means that the 2-2 is an automatic double, so he prevents the triple, so that's one of his superpowers. So another double for Ozzie Albies, who seems to get extra base hits in bunches. Here's Matt Olson. There's a 2-6 to Olson. A 2-6 to an 8 is going to be a ground out. That's a ground out to the second baseman. And to the second baseman, to the catcher. We'll go 2-3 on the put out, and we'll say he got out front and looked the runner back to second, and Albies doesn't go anywhere. So he jumped on it quick enough that they keep him from going anywhere. So there's Riley. Riley is a 6. That's a 1-4 to a 6, and that's going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. It's a 2 here on the D9, so it's going to be a walk. So runners on now. First and second with 1 out, and Marcell Ozuna to the plate. There's a grounder with an error check. So it's a ground ball to the shortstop Horner. Horner makes the play, and that's going to be a fielder's choice at second as he goes 6-4. Let's see if they can complete the double play, and they can. So 6-4 to 3, and that gets the Cubs out of the inning. So a huge play there for Chicago, as they had 2 on and 1 out, and they get the inning-ending double play. So Marcus Stroman pitching very well. He's now reached his limit. We'll have to see what we want to do with him. Maxwell Fried is still out there, so 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually play it that if he hasn't passed, so I'm going to treat this one just like he hasn't passed his stamina. He can go 24. So if he's at 24 when he starts the inning, I'm just going to keep it same. That he's pitching out of the first column. You got to sort of make some decisions about things like that. Here's another K for Max Fried against Nick Madrigal. And that's going to be out number 1. Madrigal struck out twice in this game. Brings up Ian Happ. Happ is 1 for 2 with a single back in the 3rd inning. There's a 4-4, and that's going to be another single for Ian Happ. In the real game, he had a home run for the Cubs' only run. So runner at first with 1 out, and Nico Horner to the plate. A 1-2 is going to be a ground out with a runner advancement. So it's a ground out, a little 3-hopper to shortstop. Swanson has to come in hard and charge and over to first, and he does make the play for out number 2, but the runner advances on the 6-3 put out. So runner at second base with Hermosillo at the plate. There's a 1-2. A 1-2 is going to be another ground out. This time right to the first baseman. Olson makes the play, tosses it over to Fried covering, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. And so the Cubs leave 1 on and don't score any runs in the 7th. So really nice, nicely pitched game from Maxwell Fried. The one mistake here, the home run to Schwindel back in the 6th. And let's see what the Braves have. They're coming out against Marcus Stroman. Stroman is now pitching from this column. He's got the 2-0 lead, so we'll let him, veteran pitcher. Let's see if he can take care of the lead here. It's going to be d'Arnaud, Dickerson, and Duvall up for the Braves. A 2-3. 2-3 is going to be a ground out to the the first baseman. We'll say he goes 3 unassisted on that, and so he takes it over to first himself, and that's going to be out number 1. 2-6 to a -2. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman. So the right side of the infield getting a workout in this inning, and brings up Duvall with 2 outs, nobody on. And there's a 2-2. And last time Stroman was pitching out of here, it would have been a double, but now we have a chance for a triple. So it's going to be a 2-2, a triple if it's an 8, otherwise it's a double. We have a 5, so it's going to be a 2-bagger for Adam Duvall as he gets on with his first hit. Travis Demeritte. Demeritte hit a home run in the game. Let's see what he's got here. A 3-5. 3-5 to a 0 is going to be a strikeout. So he comes up quite a bit short, strikes out swinging, and that's going to be probably the end of the line for Stroman as he goes 7 strong innings for the Cubs. So very well pitched game from Marcus Stroman. Okay, Max Fried. Max Fried going out for 1 more inning. He's down 2 to keep trying to save the bullpen here. He goes out for the 8th inning, and he'll be pitching out the 3rd column as he is now over his 24 batter limit. And we have a 1-6. A 1-6 to Suzuki is going to be a fly ball to dead left, and so Ozuna puts it away. And that's going to be out number 1. Patrick Wisdom coming to the plate. That's a 1-3. And a 1-3 is going to be a grounder to the third baseman, Riley. Riley with a strong throw to first. And that's going to be out number 2. Be Wilson Contreras to the plate. Contreras has a 5-5. 5-5 to a 2 is going to be a line out or a foul out if it's a 6 or greater. That's going to be a line drive right back to the pitcher, and a little soft liner that Fried gets his glove up on and makes a play. So 3 up, 3 down go the Cubs in the top of the 8th, and the Braves are trying to help Fried here, trying to give him a win, or at least help him get rid of the loss. But they got to score some runs. Stroman is at the end of the line. We're not going to force him to come out into this next column here, so we find a pitcher to bring in for the Cubs. Okay, and the new pitcher for the Cubs is going to be Michael Rucker. Rucker with a 2.95 FIP. 6 is his stamina, and 7 innings for Marcus Stroman against the Cubs. 7 shutout innings. Against the Braves. So excellently pitched game. A good start for the Cubs as they take a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, this is a game that was played on April 26, 2022 between the Cubs and the Braves. This is my 2022 Braves replay. Basically playing it as it happened, playing the first game of each series in 2022 for the Braves, using the 2022 roster sheets. So that's where we are. And it's going to be Swanson leading off for the Braves. Then we go back to the top of the order, Albies and Olson. So let's see what Rucker has for the Cubs. A 1-4. He's going to lead it off with a walk. Actually, he's pitching out of this first column here, so I just need to double check and make sure. But it is going to be a walk to Swanson. So leadoff runner, leadoff batter is on for Albies. Albies is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. There's a 3-6. And a 3-6 to Albies will be a fly ball to center field for out number 1. And a 1-5 to Matt Olson. 1-5 to Matt Olson is going to be a base knock, so that's his first hit of the day. He is 1 for 3. And that's going to move Dansby to, let's see, do we want to try to get him to third? Don't make the first or third out at third base. play is going to wipe us out. I'm not going to chance it. I'm just going to leave him there at second base so that he gets there for a single from a single. So runners at first and second. We got Riley up. I feel like Riley's due here. So I'm going to let him hit against Rucker. He's probably going to strike out. Not a strikeout, but pretty close. So this is going to be a line out or a foul out. It's a foul out if it's a 6 or greater, and it's a foul out. Let me down there. Okay, Marcell Ozuna, maybe he's due for something. 3-6. 3-6 to Ozuna is a fly ball, hit well to right field, but at the warning track, Suzuki makes the play, and that's going to crush the hearts of the Atlanta faithful in the bottom of the 8th inning as they get 2 on with 1 out and can't get any runners home. So good job by Rucker getting out of a little bit of trouble. And excuse me, we head to the top of the 9th inning. Cubs up 2-0, and we're going to finally pull Max free from the game. So let me find a new pitcher for the Braves. Alright, now pitching for the Braves, it's going to be Tyler Matsik. Matsik was a integral part of the World Championship run last year. And he's a big lefty. 3 is his stamina, so he's really just a 1-inning kind of guy, and most of the time he gets through either a jam or a situation where he's got to just come in and clean things up. This time he's starting clean with Schwindel, Jan Gomes, and Nick Madrigal. Schwindel with the big home run in the 6th inning brought home Patrick Wisdom for a 2-run home run, and that's all the scoring in the ball game so far. So let's see what the Cubs have against Matsik. Schwindel reaches out on the first pitch and drives one to the gap in right center field, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Schwindel as he goes 2 for 4 on the day. There's a 2-6 to Gomes. A 2-6 is going to be a ground out to the second baseman, Albies, and that'll be out number 1, but that is going to push pushes the runner over to third base, and 1 out. Nick Madrigal to the plate. 3-4 to Madrigal. 3-4, it's a -2. That's going to be a double. So second double of the inning for the Cubs, and that's going to be an RBI for Nick Madrigal as he drives in Schwindel from third base. So the Cubs do get another run. They go up 3-0 in this game, top of the 9th inning. There's a 1-2 to Ian Happ. That's a little dribbler out down the third baseline. Darno jumps on it and goes 2-3 on the put out for out number 2, but that's actually going to advance Madrigal to third, so we'll say fielder's choice. And a runner at third base with Nico Horner at the plate. A 3-3 to Horner. It's going to be trouble, and he gets a hold of one and he rips it down the left field line, and if it's fair, it's gone. And just inside the pole, another 2-run home run for the Cubs as they blow this one out in the 9th inning. And 3 runs are in. It's now 5-0 Cubs, and we're just trying to get Matsik through the inning here. Except he gives up back-to-back jacks, and so Hermosillo comes in and he rips one dead central, and Matsik can't leave him out there. He's reached his limit. Can't leave him out there. We gotta bring him in, get a new pitcher here. I'm not gonna leave him out there to get destroyed. You know what, I'm looking at here, this should have been a single, because Matsik is a single here and not, he doesn't go over to the pitcher one, so that should have been a single with 1 RBI. So he should be here. That does bring home the run, however. So that's going to get the runner home, Madrigal. So it's a 1 RBI single. This one also should be a single. So not so fast, my friend. Okay, so get that all straightened out. So 2 singles, still not good for Matsik, but he is managing to keep the scoring down some. So it's 4-0 Cubs on the RBI single from Nico Horner. Not gonna push Horner to third. Don't want to make the third out at third base. Here's a 3-5. 3-5 to a 9 is going to be a strikeout. So Matsik does get the strikeout of Suzuki, and that's his second strikeout of the game. For the third out of the inning, the Cubs do put 2 more on the board in the top of the 9th inning, and they're going to bring in another pitcher here. So let's get Rucker out of the game and bring in someone to close it out for the Cubs. Okay, we're going to go with David Robertson, the relief pitcher for the Cubs. I believe he is a right-hander. And let me just double check that here real quick. I have the stats over here to the left, so I'm sort of following along with the game a little bit, trying to see who was brought into the games. All right, Robertson is a right-hander, and he is the closer for the Cubs. He's got 4 saves already. And let's see what the Braves can do. They're down 4-0. Bottom of the 9th inning, and they have an opportunity here to try to come back on the Cubs. It's d'Arnaud, Dickerson, and Duvall in the bottom of the 9th inning. So first up, that's a 1-3. Robertson's going to be pitching out of this first column. He's a 3-4-7 Sierra, so just inside. A 1-3 to a 2, and that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman is Madrigal for the Cubs. He snags it, he throws it over to first, and he puts him away for out number 1. This is a 4-6 to a -2. 4-6 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. Nobody on. We're going to take the strikeout, and Robertson gets him looking. Last chance for the Braves is Duvall. Here's a 5-6 and a 5-6. It's going to be back-to-back strikeouts to end the game as he gets Duvall on a slider. Duvall has a weak spot for sliders down and away, and there go the Braves. So the final in this one is going to be 4-0 as the Cubs shut out the Braves behind a very strong start from Marcus Stroman. I want to say Robertson gets the save there, but I'm not totally sure. I know that Stroman's going to get the win, and Fried is going to take the loss. So let me tally up the results here. We'll get a player of the game, and then we'll go through the pitchers. Right, and we're back with the totals. The line score for the Cubs, 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors. For the Braves, no runs on 4 hits and no errors. So a clean game played with no errors in the field. But the Cubs had a masterful pitching performance from Stroman, who goes 7 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 8 Ks. Rucker and Robertson come in to close things out. I'm going to give the save to Robertson because I think if he's coming in and they are still in a save situation before they score, that he still gets a save. It's one of those weird things where you can get a save and you're up by more than 3. Someone can correct me on that. There's a good chance I'm wrong, but I'm going to give him a save until I feel corrected. So I'm not going to look that up right now. Fried takes the loss, but goes 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 8 Ks. So not exactly a scrubby start for him. But Matsik came in and gave up 4 hits and 2 runs and only 1 strikeout in his brief inning of relief. Gave up 2 doubles and 2 singles, and that led to 2 more runs for the Cubs. Big player, star player is we're going to go with, well, I don't know. I say we got to go with Schwindel. He had the 2 RBIs. He had the 2 RBIs that led to basically the game winners. Stroman pitched well, though. Let's give it to the pitcher. It's easy to give it to the hitters, right? Reward the pitcher for a pitching performance, so we're going to give that to Marcus Stroman. So Stroman, player of the game. Notables for the Cubs. Hermosillo was 2 for 4. Schwindel, the 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. He scored twice. He drove in 2 runs, so he played really well. Nico Horner, 2 for 4, and Happ, 2 for 4, so bottom of the order, producing 5 hits out of the last 3 spots, so that's pretty good when the bottom of the order is producing like that. Albies, a couple of doubles. Olson, 1 for 3, and that was really it. Duvall had a double late in the game, but no real scoring opportunities there for the Braves. You can see last 2 batters, Demerit and Swanson, didn't even get 4 at-bats in the game, so just totally shut down and silenced by the Cubs pitching, and the Cubs take this one 4-0. Again, this is my Braves 2022 replay, but it's kind of an instant replay as this game was played. This was recorded on the 27th of April. Game was played on the 26th of April in 2022. So 1 day later, we are replaying the game using the 2022 on-base baseball roster sheets. So I'm actually updating those in real time. I'm putting them onto the on-base baseball Facebook group. So if you want access to these 2022 roster sheets as well, so that you can play along with the season, what I'm essentially doing is, this game was played on the 26th, so I update the roster sheets to the 25th as if this game has not yet been played. So the stats coming into this game is what we have, not the stats including this game. So that is exclusively being released onto the Facebook group. So if you want access to that, then all you have to do is go in and request to join the group. It's a private group, just to keep any riffraff away. Anybody there just for the sake of spamming everybody. So trying to keep it clean inside the group with people who are actually wanting to be there because of on-base baseball and not for the myriad of other things that they might want to be doing with the Facebook group. So go to onbasebaseball.com. We have a real URL now going into year number 2. So this is the first day of year number 2. We released On Base Baseball on April 26th, 2021. So it's been 1 year. Big thanks to everybody for that. And your support of the game, your support of the other games that I've released, and there will be more to come in the future. Still working on getting roster sets out and that type of thing, so I'm hoping to cover the entire history of baseball eventually with the roster sets, the decade roster sheets. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you're enjoying this, please just give a thumbs up. You'd be amazed at how far just one little click goes. And if you haven't subscribed yet, but you want to get notified of new videos whenever I post them, whether it's this Braves replay or whether it's any other games that I wind up playing on the channel, please click subscribe and then click the bell notification. And then when you click that bell, you'll be notified anytime a new video is posted. So it's a good deal. Your support is appreciated, and I hope that you enjoy the games. I hope it brings a little bit of fun into your life. I know sometimes things can get very difficult, and so hopefully just a little bit of fun and baseball together can bring a little bit of joy. And that's really the hope with this. We love baseball, and know that the people playing the game love baseball too. Hopefully this is a game that you can really enjoy. That's been the whole goal of the game. All right, I think that's all for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.